We get asked a lot of questions about how to achieve a hand look quilting stitch on our Janome machine. So I'm going to show you how today. The one thing that you will need as far as your machine is the blue dot bobbin or the low tension bobbin. Depending on your machine, it may be called something a little different, but it's our low tension bobbin. And this bobbin will help us as we use the hand look quilting stitch on the machine to achieve this look. The other thing that you will need is some clear monofilament thread, and that's going to go on the top of your machine. And your colored thread, whatever you'd like your quilting hand look finish to be, will be on the bobbin. So the colored thread on the bobbin and your monofilament clear thread on the top. So once you get those threaded and your blue dot bobbin case in, the last thing that you'll need to find on your machine is the hand look quilting stitch. Sometimes it's called a sculpture stitch, and it will look like a straight stitch, but it will have 3 stitches and then 1 stitch, and then 3 stitches and 1 stitch, and that repeats. And you can find that on most of our Janome machines to be able to use this feature. So let's get started. For the hand look quilting stitch, I'm using the stitch on the Skyline S9 today for it. I've also made a couple adjustments to the tension. Even though we have a low dot tension bobbin, I like to take the top tension a little bit higher as well, and you can do that on your machine. And the other thing I like to do is to lengthen the stitch a little bit so I get a little longer hand look quilting stitch. Usually I keep that between 3.5 and 4. But depending on the type of colored thread in your bobbin or how you want it to look, you can change that up a little bit. The last tip I'll give you before we get started is this particular stitch, you need to go a little bit slower on than you normally would. That gives time for the high upper tension to actually pull the clear thread up to the top as well as your colored bobbin thread, and that's what gives you that hand look quilting stitch on the top. So we'll have to go a little bit slower for that. Now you can see how easy it is to get this beautiful hand look quilt finishing stitch with that low tension blue dot bobbin and using the monofilament thread and the colored bobbin thread.